G'day guys, my name is Trent, aka LaxLime, bringing you a Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire Wi-Fi battle. We have a PGL Playoffs round 1 and we are up against Jordie from the Leeds Rhyhorns. You know, the one person that I didn't want to face first in round 1 was probably Jordie, because he has a team and I know he's got the ability to be able to beat me. I knew it was going to be a really good battle and it was going to be a tough battle. Looking at his team, he's pretty much brought exactly what I didn't want him to bring. My team, as usual, really suits either Trick Room or Tailwind. I've actually bought both of them this time. Mainly Ember and, what's his name? Magnezone under the Trick Room. And Lando and Keldeo sort of really have a good Tailwind. His team's fast, it's bulky, it's annoying. Yeah, Sableye can really stall out the Trick Room. So that's a problem. I know it's a problem. I'm expecting it to be a problem. And yeah, you know, it turned out to be a really good battle. Probably one of the best battles I've had for a really long time. But, you know, it was tough. It was a tough battle. I wish I could have recorded it live. However, just because of time differences, I had to do it quite early in the morning. So by doing it quite early in the morning means that I can't really yell at a computer screen because people sleep. You know how people do that. But anyway, before I talk too long, we'll just get into the battle and let's just see how we go. I pretty much decided to lead off with Mandibuzz. He normally leads off with the Mogwai, which is his Sableye, so it was pretty much my safest bet to go with the Mandibuzz. It really gives me an opportunity to set up Tailwind if I so wish, and like the worst that he can really do to me is either knock off or toxic me, which is what he ends up going for. In saying this battle was pretty tough because it really I feel like it really relied heavily on predictions, and but you know, an over prediction really could have hurt like really badly. I just pretty much U-turn out of there. That does nothing, so he is obviously very defensive. So it was good to know that pretty much at the start of the battle. I can go into Keldeo here. This is predicting the knockoff there, and I knew Keldeo resisted. It's not going to do anything. And an unnecessary justified boost, really. It does knock off my Life Orb, which is sort of annoying because, yeah, it is annoying. That would have done a little bit more, which would have been really helpful to the Mogwai. But Surf, I pretty much made this Keldeo make sure it does more than 50% to this Sableye, because if it did more than 50%, then he can't recover stall me, because, you know, you can do that. He makes a switch out into Fujin here, which is his Tornadus. I was going to predict that so badly, but I didn't. I just decided to go for Surf, which he takes reasonably well, like 40% or so. I wish I went for Icy Wind, but I didn't. But yeah, you know, since the Tailwind petered out there, I have to switch out because Keldeo is not going to be able to outspeed this dude, and I've just got to go for into Cress. He does U-turn on me. It does a decent amount of damage. This is a mixed set Cress, so mixed defense Cress. I think it's got 128 in both, which works well. I think I've used it a lot in the past. He does end up going out into his what's this thing? Registeel. I can easily just set up some screens on him as he just goes for the rocks. The screens are really important, mainly because just that little less damage really helps, especially with some of my really offensive Pokemon, because most of my like team is bulky offensive, so it's able to survive well. It just needs to have the right momentum for it to actually work. As I said, Tail Room, Trick Room team, so I'm able to set up the Trick Room at this point, and I can easily switch into Ember here. I'm able to threaten out the Registeel for one, and then secondly, I can do a decent chunk of damage with Flare Blitz to everything on his team other than Gyarados. So he doesn't actually make that switch. He does decide to go into Mogwai there and goes for the recover. Because it is Trick Room, it means he does outspeed me and he gets that recover off before I'm able to hit him. The Flare Blitz does 60%. His best option really here is to recover stall me, and it is his best option. I know that it's his best option. I decided I'm just gonna have to keep on going for Flare Blitz and hope for the crit. Really, that was my best option. I do a little bit more than what he recovers, so eventually I will be able to take him out. After this turn, I was sort of thinking, oh, you know, I think he's going to make the switch out. He's going to be really, really low on Sableye, and he really needs this thing around to really storm me out with the Trick Room. Because it's honestly his best option in this team. So I actually made a really, really ballsy prediction. Well, not really. It isn't, but it wasn't really because he was at low HP anyway, and it would have killed him. But I did decide to go for the wild charge. He does come in, get the intimidate, but I know this wild charge is totally going to be enough to get rid of this Gyarados. I was stoked after I got that hit. I was so happy. I really needed some momentum early in the game, really, to be able to put in some work. He does send out his Hydreigon, which is his Goblin. It's this thing is annoying. I was, I think, overly a bit scared of this thing. Maybe I shouldn't have been. Now that I've seen what set he was running, I know this thing has really good coverage moves, and that's super annoying. His Mew has a lot of good recovery moves, so that was also super annoying. I end up being very lucky and not being avoided the Draco there, so I can actually get a Tailwind up at this time. That was what? And I'm pretty much like I was too scared to switch into anything because the Draco could actually really, really hurt everything on my team, and I wasn't game enough. He does set up the Tailwind himself, so that pretty much puts me back in a neutral position. I'm in a bad place here because I'm pretty much toxic at the moment, so it's going to rack up. The racking up doesn't help, but I really want Mana Buzz not to just like disappear, it was annoying. I was in a bit of an annoying phase there because I didn't want anything to take any attack, but I really like Mana Buzz being around, if that makes sense, because it can just soak up that wall. At this point, I decided that it was probably best just to sack off Mana Buzz. It's the less offensive of what I have, and then I can sort of switch into an offensive Pokemon and pressure him out. I do make the switch into, I believe it was Keldeo at this point. A Sacred Sword or whatever it's called is definitely going to kill this thing, like no problems. But I did predict the switch out, and I just went for the Surf. Now, I wish I went for that Icy Wind again, like I really, really do, because if I was able to get rid of this Fujin, it would have just made so much easier. It's obviously Assault Vested. Regenerator is annoying, because Regenerator is always annoying. I decided to stay in and sack off Keldeo at this point. I didn't have anything I could really take a hit from it. And I decided to sack off Keldeo. I don't know about it now when I look back, but I think that was probably, I struggled. I think I used actually the whole whatever, I think you get a minute and a half to make a move. I think I used the whole lot of that to actually get what I needed to do. He does make the switch out, as I believe I set up a Trick Room on this turn. The beautiful thing now is, because I am paralyzed, it means I will go quicker, so I break through the paralysis and I'm able to get the Moonblast off, which is enough to kill the Sableye. So Sableye is out of the game. It is, super cool, super good, because it's so annoying. He does go into Registeel here. I just decided to set up the Light Screen because he's got the Mew and the Hydreigon in the back, which will just raise my special defenses, and then Cresselia is gone. So the problem with that now is I have no speed control over in my team. So I really just have to rely on, hoping for the best. I do go on Ember here, and believing that I would underspeed. However, I didn't. Now, the problem with that is, that was super annoying because I'm running Brave on that thing. However, I didn't change it to 0 IVs when I genned it. So that means he outsped me by 1 point. If I put it at 0 IVs, I would have been at I would have easily been able to underspeed him. So I was kind of cross about that move because it looked like a real stupid move, but it actually turns out that I think we were speed tied maybe, or I was one above. So that was annoying. At this point, I just decided to go for the Earthquake. I just wanted to get rid of this Registeel because it will just wall me. The only thing he can really do to me is the seismic tosses, and then I'm able to just take it out with the Earthquake. So that's a little Lendo actually can really hurt his team because I've got Rock Slide for the Fujin, U-turn for this guy. So I'm able to get the U-turn off on Mew. Does a decent chunk, like that's a lot. It's not going to survive any other hit that I decide to go for. At this point I can go into Magnezone, who will be able to resist any attack that he has, except for he's most likely got Earth Power. Whether he shows that or not at this point, no, that's right. He probably does have, he does have, like, he will have Earth Power, because that's the best bet for him. But he does make the switch into Goblin here, as I just go for the Thunderbolt. It does, like, a decent chunk. At this point, I've actually only got 2 Pokemon left, so I've only got Magnezone, and I've also got Landorus left. So, yeah, and I believe he had Mew, and he's got Fujin after this. So, yeah, this is annoying. I decided to switch out here. I switched out because I really wanted to get the Intimidate off, hoping that he would go for the Superpower. Now, if he goes for the Superpower and I get an Intimidate off, that means he's -2 attack. That was mainly because it was pretty much just to guarantee that he wouldn't be able to kill Magnezone with a Superpower if I came back in. I think it only it still did a decent chunk, like 60 or so %, and I think I was sitting around that range. So I had to pretty much guarantee that's why I went in to get the Intimidate. He does go for the knockoff there. I think he was just, I'm not really sure. He probably could have got a little bit more damage off with the Superpower, but it's alright. I'm able to take out Fujin. The only problem is now he's got Mew sitting in the back, who has definitely got Earth Power and will be able to take me out. So that's pretty much GG, end of the game. Jordie deserved the win. He has played exceptionally well throughout this season, and he was definitely one of the players that I was concerned about versing because I know how good he is. So yeah, congrats Jordie, really, you deserve it. It was a good battle and I really enjoyed it. It was good. Like I really enjoyed the MPL, you know. I really did actually. I know I probably didn't hang around too much and was sort of a bit of a ghost to most people, but yeah, it was. I'm glad Jay gave me the opportunity, the initial coach of the Washington Redskins, to actually do this, because it actually, like, I learned a lot about team building. That dude is phenomenal with team building. He truly is. He's just really got a knack for it. He can build a team a lot better than a hell of a lot better than I can. So I've learned a lot from that, and it's definitely helped me when I just put together normal teams. So yeah. Anyway, that's me rambling. That is all for the MPL for this season. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed, you know, do what you normally do, share, and I will catch you guys next time.